Hey yo, welcome back to Barn Shenanigans. This is part 4 on working on the 1934 Plymouth. Last time we had put the master cylinder on it, we got the brakes fully bled. I had to put the cooling system back together. We'll have to address some other bigger issues regarding putting a new stud in there to accommodate the new thermostat housing, but we'll cross that bridge a little bit later on. The last issue that I was having last night was I found out that the bolts for the original water pump had, it was 5/16 18 course thread on there, and for whatever reason, even though this is an American car, the aftermarket part requires a metric bolt. Yeah, got stupid lucky, was able to dig through my stash of bolts, and I happened to have the correct bolt for it. So fan is on, we get ready to put the belt on it, and hopefully we can maybe get this thing running. Tight, check. And it's got some slicky stuff in it, we're good. Check out this really cool brake light, Plymouth. The cooling system is buttoned up and it's not leaking yet. I'm glad that the brakes are all done and they work for now. So we can move our attention to the fuel tank. The original fuel tank is outside. I'm in the process of cleaning that. Obviously I don't have enough time to get that done tonight, so the plan is going to be, let's find a temporary gas can, or a fuel tank I should say, and put that in here. I managed to find something. I think that's out of a 1980s Kawasaki four-wheeler. But this temporary high performance fuel cell, and there was already a hole here in the trunk, so I just took some fuel line. This is attached to the original metal hard line that goes to the front of the car. But Daniel, you're supposed to use a rubber grommet to go through the floor so it doesn't cut the fuel line, blah 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 blah. I get it, it's just a temporary deal, it's not permanent. It's something that we can drive it down the road, make sure all the other functions work, and maybe drive it around the show. It'll be okay. You know, I should probably put that battery on the battery charger. Let me show you where this battery is located. These old cars, they're located under the driver's seat. There she is. These cars, in case you guys are wondering, the starter is actually down here. You push this lever and that engages the starter into the flywheel. That's what turns the engine over. Steps for starting this car would be turn this key to the on position. Normally we give it a little bit of choke. The throttle cable does not work currently, but normally you would pull that out just a little bit just to crack the throttle open, and push that in. It would roll the engine over as much as a mighty 6-volt can. Once she fires up, push the choke cable back in, and then stay on the gas, and hopefully she stays running. Not a bad idea to go ahead and put the car in neutral either, and put the emergency brake on, because, you know, safety third. We're going to fill the fuel bowl up, and then hopefully that's enough for the engine to run off of to pull the fuel from the tank up to the carburetor. This is the fun part. I'm looking forward to seeing this engine run again. It's been a long time since it's ran under its own power. Hard works. So I tried several times and she didn't want to fire off, and I suspected that it might be the ignition side. Let me show you guys how to do this. On a point system car, if you want to check to make sure that the coil is working, hook the coil up. This is the coil wire, and I've got this inline tester that I've just got directly hooked up to the spark plug. And you come down here and manually open those points, and as you can see, Filling up. Take that choke off. Still needs a little bit of tweaking here and there, but we'll dial her in eventually. And the cool thing is, it's really not even smoking that bad. Oh, we made it to the Frog Follies. We're here now, and we gotta unload the car. I'm super excited. It is a beautiful day out. Alright. Oof, I didn't even give it a bath. I really wish I took some time to wash it, but that's okay. People will still enjoy it, and it's here. Okay, now it comes for the tricky part. This trailer is kind of on a steep incline, then it drops off right at the end of it, so hopefully she doesn't bottom out. But hey, we've got brakes this time around. Last year, I only had the handbrake, and that really sucked. This is the fun part here. Street rods only is what that sign says. And this is where it all happens. It'll fill up here as the day goes on. She's actually here, and I'm driving it around. Now granted, I can't drive it very long because it's gonna overheat, but I'll still call that a win. Look at Mr. Kevin already hard at work.
Hey Daniel, this got the Eco Boost on it?
Not yet.
I tried hooking up my HP tuners to it and I can't find the USB port. It didn't have a whole lot of options on it 32, did it?
Not a whole lot. You fit right in home in there.
Yeah. The only reason I was able to fit in here is because I had like 3 people in some Mazola cooking oil to slide me in here. This car looks so huge, but it's so little in here.
It really is.
What a beautiful car.
So this is how excited I was to get the car up into the show area. I went and bought breakfast and I completely left it in the truck. I am over there and I'm setting things up for the booth for Siam, and I realized that I'm hungry and I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, I had breakfast. I know I had coffee. And then it dawned on me, I was way too excited and I completely left my breakfast in the truck. So I am going to use this opportunity and walk through some of the flea market area. I'm going to take you guys along with me.
Got the Nomad close to going together?
Chad and I are just walking around, checking out the swap meet. I tell you guys, there is a ton of goodies down here. If you want to build a hot rod, rat rod, this is the place to come. You can come here and wheel and deal. Part of the fun is just the hunt. You're looking for a specific part, and you look down on the ground, you may find something that you've been looking for 3 years ago. Just look at the crowd. This is early in the morning. It's only going to get busier. Check this out. So the Plymouth I've been working on, there's actually another one sitting here, and this is why it's important to, number one, have connections who have a good eye for stuff, and number two, make sure you come by and check out all these old cars. Here is another Plymouth. I'm going to spin the camera. So we've been having radiator issues, as you guys have known, and wouldn't you know it, there's another radiator right here. I don't know how much he wants for it. It's a little after hours, but I'll be darned. Now look at that. He's even got the aftermarket housing on there.
Yeah. Must be a known problem then with that thermostat.
Evidently. Huh. Well, I'll be. She sure is a Plymouth.
Oh yeah. Probably about the same year, just 2-door.
Yeah.
Still got the suicide door.
That's too cool, and the intake manifold looks fantastic on this too.
He's missing the oil filter. He's missing a handful of things. You might talk the radiator out of.
Super cool. Yeah, you just never know what you may find. I'll have to come here tomorrow morning and see what this guy wants for this radiator. Look who showed up. My beautiful wife.
I've been here for like an hour.
I've been stuck in the food booth, and now she came to rescue me, and we're gonna go look around at some more cars. back home, safe and sound. It runs and it drives and it stops. It stops really well. I did get to drive it around a little bit, not too much because I didn't want to overheat the engine, obviously. Sean Roberts got to ride around in it. If you've not checked out Sean Roberts' YouTube videos, I would highly recommend it. They're pretty entertaining, they're fun. He's always getting himself into random shenanigans, kind of like what we do around here. But guys, I think that's it for today. We will probably have some more episodes coming up in the future, so stick around. Thanks, guys, take care. The only way to see cars here. Oh wait, where'd they go? It's at the end of the day, but we're still riding around having some fun.
There's something.
There you go.